1, 2, 3, jump right in. It's 1, 2, 3 on the clock. That's the Magician and the King of Wands. 1, 2, 3, jump. The 12 of the Hangman and Wisdom, seeing new perspectives, and the 3 of Abundance and the Empress. I have a lot to cover here. I was at a birthday party yesterday for a 3-year-old. It was actually very sweet. It was a beautiful day. And then all of a sudden at the end, all of a sudden the sky turned dark. It was a perfect day though until that point, which was fine because everybody was about to wind up anyway. So really positive energies. Let's go ahead first and take our deep breaths. Another deep breath. And one more deep breath. Sending lots of love and blessings. I hope you're all doing well. Thank you so much for being here with me. Before I forget to tell you, my inner child meditation this morning was just the little girl sitting on the midline, looking left to the feminine side. And instead of sitting in lotus pose, she was sitting with her feet out, which is more comfortable for me. So I was saying to be authentic to you today, but she was also closing her eyes and meditating in that position instead of cross-legged, having her feet out. But also gazing at the sun, also like alternating gazing at the sun and then meditating and just being at peace. And the cards I was pulling today were just about really peaceful energies, not so much high energy stuff. So that was my inner little girl. So just be at peace today and sit in the position that's most comfortable to you, right? Being authentic to yourself. And here are the pictures for the day. I have a lot of reads for you here. There's actually 4 messages of the day. I did not only a 4D, 5D, 6D union read today, but I also did the 3D, 4D, 5D. The union reads are a great way to see where your energy is at. Are you on the feminine side? Are you on the masculine side? Are you in the 3D, 4D, 5D, or 6D today? I don't usually cover the 3D, but maybe to see how much energy you're still participating in the 3D, it's a good way to identify that. So I'm going to show you the pictures of all that. The first message of the day is here. Okay, that's number 1. And that is the first underlying energy is the firefly, so you can identify them. This is another little part to that read. The second read starts with the elk and the underlying energies there. And the third read is the frog. Hold on a second. Yep, so you see the frog. These are the underlying energies right here. So you see the frog right there. And then the fourth one is the one from today, which starts with the turtle. You'll see the turtle right here. It's a little bit dark right there, but that's the turtle. Okay, so those are the energies of the messages of the day. Then we have the 4D, 5D, 6D read for the union read. Again, 4D, 5D, 6D, feminine on the left, masculine on the right, the bridge between the center. Incoming divine feminine, outgoing divine masculine, underlying energies and closing energies. This is the Syrian starseed deck. The 3D, 4D, 5D is exactly the same, except it starts with 3D instead of 4D. 3D, 4D, and 5D. Okay? And then we have the read in front of you on the table, which is, they're all general reads. This is more of a general energy read as opposed to a union read for the twin flames. And then the read on the table with all 7 decks. And that's a lot of energy. It is general, so don't force every message to fit. If you do want something more specific, you can always get in touch with me. My information's below, as well as on my website, twinflames3344.com. I have a CD out there also called Ashes, Twin Towers to Twin Flames by Evelyn Stainthorpe. And let's get right in, so we have a lot to cover. Okay, so the first one we're going to is the firefly message of the day. A lot of different stuff came up, some really cool information. So this one was at 10:44 last night, right? Just to make sure I know where I am. This was actually on the 15th, not last night, the day before. Okay. So this was the underlying energy of the Firefly, the Power Man, the Hermit reversed, and courtship. Fleeting inspiration of the Power Man coming out about an engagement or courtship. The hawk is clearing here, the energy. Scorpio stinging. The swans are loving. The crocodile may be annoying. The wise owls are being wise, with the gift to the Power Lady, with the loving man. And the Power Man from Mars. So the gift to the Power Lady with the loving man and the Power Man from Mars. The Hermit present with twin flames times 2 perhaps, or perhaps a choice of men. Finding peace with the Empress reversed and the Hermit reversed, or Taurus and Virgo reversed, or perhaps a parent here with dementia, or just going crazy, or feeling like you are. And then the Knight of Swords starting over with the King of Wands reversed, out of control, clearly imprisoned and uncomfortable. At the house of great fortune, on the path of courtship, with judgment, this could be a snap judgment as well, at the house, inspired wounded warrior by the Emperor here. The first pile of energies here was the shark and the buffalo attacking. So the shark attacking and the buffalo grounded and heavenly at the same time. The journey of the moon and the subconscious energies, with the polar bear being cold and shadowy, pushing their way through to get out of there. The Queen of Wands overworked, an official person on journey is hermiting with changes. And here we have right away the Queen of Wands and the King of Wands coming up. So there could be a couple or siblings there. The owl and the butterfly are wise and transformative, and anchoring in communication with the wounded warrior with a new passion. There's a letter or a notice, some kind of communication, or looking for paperwork, impatient to get it and implement a plan or finish the paperwork. Perhaps married a thief, with the Empress and the Queen of Wands paying the price here. The Panther and the Black Egg, triggered by the truth. The family tree with breakthrough about freedom, change, love and family, and the world being upside down or incomplete in a cycle right now. Forcing surrender, the empty room, in a communication perhaps about a house and or completion of a cycle here, or of a stay. The Knight of Wands offering love to communicate, or vice versa. The fourth pile here is the dragonfly, spider web, zebra, and tiger, with a new door stuck in spiritual awakening and mountains to climb. The King of Cups with issues at work, and the Page of Pentacles upright with the King of Swords reversed, learning what it feels like to be loved and taken care of and not be stuck. Perhaps waited for unexpected income. This is at 11:33, which is Justice and the Christ vibration, the Seven of Wands. Zebra is lovely here and aware, with the Page of Pentacles and false person in union or at home, with dance with a scammer perhaps. The tiger is challenged by the King of Swords reversed, exposing a closed case or a closed file, a sticky situation. The moth and bear, or beaver here, the quick draw and the hard worker. The moth means well and is loving, and a hard worker is not what they seem. The Page of Cups, very innocent here. Justice in losing a home perhaps, or despair on a journey, and the man with sudden thoughts of a woman. The worm is coming up as the newbie and the worldly guy, she with poison attachments who are wrecking his house perhaps. Then death here, or transformation with a message of concern, patience and a higher love, expecting the main male to end their relationship but hasn't. The hyena, the lion, the stingray, oyster, and the dolphin then. Pain in the butt here coming up. This could be a child. The pain in the butt child and the lion king of the jungle, or two adults who are acting like children, turned on and need to swallow their pride or shut up and heal so that they can be friendly and get to work to face the hothead and the octopus who's all hands, and then the independent and sea serpent as well. Single parents with children, but the children aren't the children. The exes and relatives the problem. Oh, it's not the children that are the problem here. It's the exes and the relatives. Then there's the dead ants and a mouse. And then the mouse has to, the mouse is the same. It's like the food chain, right? So the ants have to worry about the mouse has to worry about the busy bee worries about the cheetah, and so on. The frog wanting to be the whale, a fox or a peacock, but none of the above. There's no prince here, or must face them all. The eagle lands to trigger the horse nests with the unicorn, of course, and becoming a lovely couple, Mr. and Mrs. Egg instead of Ed, Mr. and Mrs. Egg. Can the eagle have this dream relationship too at 11:54? And remember in my harmonic egg meditation, very significant about the eagle who had to live their life alone without their partner and how painful it was for that masculine eagle. So here this same eagle energy is saying, can I truly have this dream relationship too? Is it possible? At 11:54, which is justice and the message of the Page of Swords. So then the second message of the day was done yesterday, 10:50 a.m., which is the Wheel of Fortune, and the 50 of the 10 of Cups. And this is now the 16th, which is the 16 of the Tower, and the day was the 31 with the 5 of Wands, which is conflict and battles, but also expansion and playing and sports, and the pursuit of happiness. And DNA has been definitely coming up yesterday and today. So on the 16th, with the Tower events, which for me was a birthday party, a child's party. And it was so funny. My nephew's so cute. My nephew's son, but he's like a great nephew. He's so cute. He's obviously his birthday is now, so he's Libra. But I told him he was a Libra, and he was just saying no. So they're definitely exercising their power of saying no, which is actually a good thing. It was very cute. And the little girls were very open and receptive yesterday, and the older boys. But it's like the 3-year-old in the masculine is learning how to say no. It's very interesting what I was picking up yesterday. So the underlying energies for this one is the elk, the child, the King of Wands reversed, and the main male. The hothead, who's usually a good father and a good man, right? But also can be very arrogant if they're not eating well, for the elk card in this deck. The star, hyena, and the elk here, or siblings acting up. One is the star today, and one may be jealous or teasing them, and a father getting mad perhaps, or just exhausted. The burden of well wishes and diving deep. The loving lady with a choice to make, to open a door with a child or a new dawn. That's so funny. My sister-in-law's name is Dawn. That's really cute. Okay, there's love and presence and the fool's journey of transition of the child or birthday party. The King of Pentacles looking up to the Queen of Swords with light, detoxing a situation or negative exchange, with the King of Wands reversed, who may be sick, tired, or perhaps angry. That could be just losing your patience with kids as well. The little thief leaving the lady waiting, and the twin flame of great fortune or for great fortune. The Page of Wands is excited at a distance, with Atlas or the weight of the world, with no emotions to ground into, with the main male, magician. There could be 3 generations of masculines here as well. The first pile of energies was the otter and the dragon. Daddy's girl or mama's boy was coming up. The innocent pup and wise old owls. At a celebration or toast, I was just getting a roast as well. Self-satisfaction and ghosting occurred, or thief in the night, with the man with concerns about standing up for one who's toiling and laboring or just working really hard. This can be like factory worker type energy as well. The Queen of Cups working very hard to give good advice, or get out of work early, or leave a celebration early to go right back to work, or go by the office. Or is an employee stealing from the sweet innocent man, with then the hawk and the camel, clearing the way for the independent with blues. in a breakthrough about the snake or the poison, and the lover's vehicle, or the feminine within the masculine, of ascension. The Knight of Pentacles, and again, the vehicle of ascension comes up as the triggers, the things that get in the clam or oyster to create the pearl, right? The bacteria, which sometimes can be poison, which can be a blessing in disguise, okay? So lover's vehicle of ascension, the Knight of Pentacles reversed, holding on stubbornly to what's left. The Knight of Pentacles reversed took the last train for the coast, clearing the way or schedule at work to go on a journey with the privileged lady, keeping their cards close to their chest about a breakthrough about the poison apples or the depressed independent snake. The otter and the hawk, the dragon is the otter, the hawk is the dragon, the camel. But the dragon is a worker and the camel is a privileged lady. The beaver and the crow, hard work and going the distance, standing guard of the collective awakening, cracking codes in fox chase, dream coming true, making an announcement, ground control to Major Tom, the courtship of Ed's father, and the message of concern. And again, Ed's father can be the godfather. Inspired to a higher love, patient fox looking back, and the emperor patient angel, also of a higher love here at 11:16, which is justice in the tower. A tower event or sudden event, epiphany or sexual exchange. At 11:17 then, with the star and healing and dreaming, the scorpion with their stinger out, the zebra with their stripes and third eye, the dolphin who's high vibe and friendly, and the gazelle with their ease and grace, and perhaps they're hot. The shark with sharp teeth, and the octopus teacher, but all hands on deck. The lion is the calm leader, all facing the same direction. To plug in, to get turned on and activated, and linking the node to null and void. The chakra system, the sting ray or the trigger ray, the delta ray, the electric slide and magnetic pull of the diamond crystalline light and the age-old soul. I wrote ago by accident, so ago old soul. It's ago old soul. The Cobra teacher arrives when the students are willing to sit down and behave, to listen and be quiet. The Kundalini rises in the silence of your knowing. For drama and trauma, the calm one in the ER, to take down the irritation, to take down the swelling. The infection is the white Bengal tiger with the black and white third eye, the undercover spy who lost their color, orange, and looking to get it back. Not red or yellow, but right in the middle, orange, the new black. Details of Scorpio and Emperor reversed on path, grounding and integrating the wounded warrior. The zebra is nesting or perhaps dealing with deliveries or deliverance in disconnect or at a distance, sending message or healing in the vehicle of ascension, the star in the chariot. The dolphin, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde or Mrs. Hyde, frustration and unable to conceive of a wealthy man in transition. The gazelle, home, tempted by the Holy Grail and despair, while the emperor's on a journey. And the shark exposing the powers that be, or is them, healing with an epiphany or thoughts of a woman. The octopus is cracking the whip at night with an official person and justice on the journey. The lion in a public meet is overworked or not working or leaving everything behind, a decision to be more unconditionally loving, or a child who walked away from them. The stingray activation of timelines collapsing with new information and clarity of changes as the King of Cups and love and the Hermit and the collective consciousness becoming all the wise one. At 11:33, which is justice and the Christ vibration, and perhaps sending a message, that could be in-laws coming up as well. The cobra with a mountain to climb, in need of peace with community or group, completing a cycle or effort of being love. The fire ants drama and swelling and group trauma, but also just everybody coming together to get a piece of the birthday child or right at that kind of party. because that kind of energy can be the attack of the fight or the accident that you have to watch. But it's also about the beautiful thing that everybody wants a piece of, because it's such a beautiful feeling. The fire ants with drama and swelling, group trauma, all or attacking someone all at once, or wanting something all at once, like from somebody, spiritually growing, finding peace here through instability or a crazy household, or feeling imprisoned, or literally a fight broke out, or accident occurred and someone got arrested or went to the ER. The tiger on the prowl for 2 as 1 swans, getting attention, success, and leading the way with admirers in order to get through adjudication. Swans, the 2 swans with good luck, on a journey to the Knight of Cups reversed and the Sovereign reversed, which can be dependence, with a happy house party or family gathering to bring time, money, or effort, or an offer of new life, to the union of the Queen of Wands, High Priestess, and the union of adjudicating the empty living room with Daddy's girl perhaps getting married. And then we have the Moon and the Empress, which can be Cancer and Taurus as well. Inspired by unexpected income. And of course, if there's some kind of party or wedding, there is unexpected income there, right? Because you're getting gifts. At 11:43 is Justice and the 43 of coming together, with Pisces, Cancer, Taurus at home, with new inspiration. Or a little boy and a little girl, after he getting out of jail and coming full circle, with little girl to get married and inspired by extra income, perhaps by doing that. At 11:47, which is Justice and the synchronicities, or lots of choices and options, heaven in their eyes. And so, oh yeah, and yesterday it was a whole journey for me to get to this party because my gift hadn't come yet. I was hoping it had come before Saturday. It hadn't come yet, but I did get the message that it was being delivered yesterday. And so I waited an extra hour to go to the party, which was about breaking a wound about being on time, because my mother would leave without us if we weren't on time. So it was really good for me to be late to this party yesterday, because I'm like never late. So that was a good wound breaking. And also getting lost. I got lost because I went a different way to see what it would be like to come to my brother's house from the other direction. And I got lost because the country roads split and I went on the wrong road, and I didn't have my phone because I forgot because of the gift. When I left the house, I took wrapping paper with me in case I found the postman on my way out of the neighborhood. And as I was going out of my neighborhood, I saw a FedEx truck not going towards me, but away from me. But I figured, well, maybe that's a sign. I'll follow the FedEx truck. So I followed the FedEx truck, went out of my neighborhood, and then I was guided to go right back into my neighborhood and come back to my house the way I never normally would, the streets that I never normally take. And as I'm like literally a half block back at my house, right there was the postman's truck and the UPS truck, one corner on the same corner, just sitting on different corners of the intersection. It was so funny, on a dead-end street right there. So I hopped out, and the postman did have the gift, so I was able to wrap it on the way there. So not only did that hold me up, but then I got lost on the way without my phone, right? So I couldn't get directions, and they're all country roads. There was nowhere to stop and ask someone how to get back. I'm like, I hope I'm going in the right direction, because if I'm not, I'm going more into the country where I'm really going to have trouble finding direction. But it's about just surrendering to the universe, right? Which I did end up at a street which I was familiar with, and I prayed that I turned the right direction to go the right. And then I finally saw a building that I was familiar with, so that got me back on track again. But anyway, it was definitely an adventure. But it's all about having faith and trust. And and also with the mailman, it was so much about following your guidance, trust what you're feeling and go with it. Let's see here. So then this next one is that the next one? Hold on one second. I'm sorry. The next one is the elk. And this was done at... Oh, I gave you that one already. Okay. I realized I'd gone through 2 already. Yep. Okay. All right, so here we have all right, now I'm losing my place. Okay, so this is the one with this starts with the frog and the underlying energy. 646, which is the lovers, and the Six of Cups, which is the children loving each other. The frog, the storks, the page of swords reversed, and the unexpected income. The hawks clearing the way for the collective awakening of the frog, perhaps being sad in the rain after a beautiful day. The wise owls in abundant exchange on the journey of the subconscious, inspired by the sealed letter or delivery to storks nesting. The golden egg, healing with dreams coming true, enjoying family in the bliss of dumping a load or taking a load off, choosing a path of commitment to sovereignty when the page of swords is reversed in negative self-talk. The wealthy man in transition with ideas but nothing to ground into at Atlas or the weight of the world, with daddy's little girl, the moon child, perhaps someone turning 18, and the mature man, free and inspired by unexpected income. The fish out of water, unable to be still, who's at a crossroads here, guided to movement to open new doors. The Two of Cups on the Fool's journey, the stars healing and coming clean, cleaning up bad health, expansion, and conflict, with community being love, with the Knight of Cups here. The vulture and the fox cleaning up, they're the cleanup crew, right? And the sly one who's spying. The vulture with good luck or high priestess in disconnect or at a distance, perhaps someone in jail. And the fox in a public judgment or out in nature, present to the ship that has sailed, or present to the empress's marriage, with the hummingbird and nightingale, high vibe, flutter and song. Oh, what a pair. The hummingbird burdened by the Page of Pentacles reversed, in need of an opportunity perhaps, or money or help. And the King of Wands at the courthouse, perhaps at night. I was just getting Night Court, the show. Committed to the Knight of Wands, juggling the rainbow at the big house. Final judgment or answer. So I'm getting the show, final answer. What's your final answer? What's that? Do you want to be a millionaire? That's coming up. All right, so the black egg and the oyster is the truth and clammed up. The loving twin flame man and the King of Wands, pests that are hiding. The loving man with the Queen of Cups reversed, and the King of Wands with the King of Pentacles, who's looking out at the stars, but perhaps there's a fake person there or couple, and an empty family room here, and the world dancing. And I was just getting dancing with the stars. The cycle is done, and now dancing to manifest. The Black Panther and Dragon, the poison snake of the chariot and flights of fancy of the Empress. 73 with the snake under the radar and adjudication, and the dragon with synchronicities and an option for coffin or to close the case. And that could be, I'm getting coffee and coughing as well, coming up with the word coffin. And 73 is the Five of Cups, so there could be some grieving there regarding adjudication. With the dragon with synchronicities, an option for coughing or coffee or coffin, or to close the case. The union exposed or house in the sun. The octopus is cleaning out the house and or car, destined to be a hermit. And the gazelle being the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, with clarity about their occupation or a woman's occupation who works or sews. Dancing and energetic exchange. The dolphin chewing or clearing timelines, could be chewing as well though, for those left behind, taken by a thief, the King of Cups and the Queen of Wands, and the golden egg, heart of the twin bridges, of the old, like of the old. And the Ten of Cups, sham fam, right, who looks perfect on the outside but has lots of issues within the family. And the 37 of the King of Cups, little boy, walking away from it all, or the Queen of Wands. The mouse looking close for food from the party, perhaps scraps that are left over, and the older man with concerns about standing up for themselves. The cheetah or emperor or home, detoxing the journey of despair, out two as one with issues at work and thoughts of a woman the Queen of Wands with an epiphany. All right, so that was that message of the day. And then we have the message of the day from today, which is the 17th. The 17 is the star, and the day adds up to 32 of the journey, the Six of Wands, the star's journey. And yeah, it was interesting too, because from the yoga deck, the positions I pulled this morning were the mountain and the tree, which is all about nature, right? And the family tree, and perhaps the challenges in the family. Also, the chakra system from root to tip, being your authentic self and your pure energy, going with the flow, the void, and karma being the twin flames untying their knots. That was the message that's coming up for me this morning. So if you resonate with that, you can take that message. The message of the day here for today was from 11 to 11:33, which again is justice and the Christ vibration, coming up a lot today. The turtle, time, the 10 of cups, and the courthouse coming up in the underlying energies. Slow hand Luke, struggling with dark energy. Time for unconditional love of the King of Cups and the 10 of Cups family. And the King of Wands, dealing with the courthouse or perhaps legal documents, which I actually was dealing with a couple legal documents when I got home yesterday, but nothing significant. And then Mr. Ed coming up as pure, and Mr. Bear being sunny, or the Ho and Bee, or Hobie. The Hobe word, H-O-B-E, means sting, or sling rather, or catapult, or to heap. So this is also coming up, the words of the whore, C, and B are eagle, whore C and B are eagle, or E-A gal, the turtle, or two root lee, or two you are tea leaves, or tea lee. I looked up Hope and Eagle, because it was coming up here, but Hopi Indians were coming up here. And of course I knew there'd be a relationship to the eagle with the Hopis. But what came up first was New Hope Eagle Fire Station, which is an area not far from me, with the number 46, which is the inner children again. So there was a hope coming up with the eagle. And then from hcn.org, this was from April 16, 2013, it said, quote unquote, eagles are our lifeline, as Percy Lamakwahu, which means beautiful eagle. So our eagles are a lifeline, as without them, the Hopis are cut off from their means to renew life forces. Eagles are what they call, I don't know if I should attempt this. Let's see, Kwape So Kwahi Tu, which means truly exceptional. I'm sure I didn't say it right, but human beings in another form. So they see eagles as humans. Eagles born at the clan nests reincarnate the ancestral spirits, answering the prayers of their descendants. The eaglet is treated as a human child, as their head is washed and given a name and gifted with baby presents. They dwell tethered in a rooftop shelter and fed rabbit by young boys who catch them, until the home dance, when they watch the Katsina spirits perform and absorb their song or prayers, or their song prayers. At the end of the ceremony or conclusion, they take them to a private place and quickly suffocate them as painlessly as possible. The spirit is then sent home with a Katsina. I don't know if it's the same as the Kachina, but it's very similar, I'm sure. But the Katsina, until next year, the bodies go to the kivas, where the feathers are plucked and arranged by religious purpose and buried like a human would be buried. An eagle comes up as a raptor here in the article. I guess that's the category of birds they come up in is the raptor. And then under goodmanproject.com, the Hopi Indian chief White Eagle, this was from 9/9/21, so last month, he quoted as, this moment humanity is experiencing, that this can be seen as a door or a hole. So a door to open to something good, or a hole to fall into, which was a nice quote to hear here. So then in 1156, which is justice and the two of swords, we have the horse, the brown bear, the eagle, and the turtle. Pure to dark turtle, afraid, as the eagle triggers to clear the way, while the polar bear is pushing perhaps their agenda, but spiritual maturity and peace, the shadow of union, and the page of cups, the innocence of love, the faces of vulnerability, and the 38 of the Queen of Cups, who is the twin bridge, or the mother and child, and the father of the King of Cups, where he is Father Time, and the mother bridges, the father collapses, and the child makes it fun or more interesting. The mother bridges the father to the child, time and face instead of time and space or time and place. It was coming up as time and face, the face of vulnerability. Heaven in their eyes, synchronicities, options of beauty and sparkle and light, bring frustration and thus need to surrender, give up the fight, be defenseless to the energies and or attack, or without an excuse, choosing to be happy overall, in a happy ending or a happy family, a complete emotional fulfillment, or sitting outside chatting and being creative. With courtship of the mature man and their little boy on their own as the King of Cups, 37, which is unconditional love, the mature man with concerns of martyrdom, giving a message of concern to patient, angel, or higher love about false person or false couple, dancing in court with the King of Wands, or Sagittarius or McDreamy coming up here with 2 sets of paperwork to file, with mature woman who could be a mother or a lover, and changes of the Hermit and or endings here, and the King of Cups, hermiting. The turtle is slow to get through the dark, to collapse timelines in order to see the light. And then we have the hawk and the hummingbird. The wise birds and child are something new, transition or rebirth here, with depression, arrogance, or loss of hope or hopey, destined to the high vibe wealthy man, and that could be the white man coming up here, in transition with the empty family room or completed the cycle. The unicorn and swans. The unicorn reflects the hummingbird standing guard in 3D and 5D. So the unicorn's the 5D version of the 3D hummingbird clearing the way, standing guard. There's ground clearing there, and then the etheric guard of the unicorn, with 2 as 1 swans keeping the balance, and that's the rod and staff unions. The community of bird, wise hanging out, with the 2 of Cups direction toward triggers. Or in other words, the messages of truth that trigger you in order to clear and bring your wounds up so you can release them. Getting over loss, regret, or dysfunction of the family, business, community, or legacy, or the world, and unexpected income, inspiring voluntary imprisonment because you're seeing the gift of being present in the moment, or just always seeing the gift in each moment, no matter where or who you are. Scorpion sting and the black egg, the truth, on the magician's journey, on a ride or adventure of their life, as the loving lady with gifts and truth and authenticity, coming clean, getting clean, or cleaning up, saving for a new life, the Queen of Cups working hard to keep high vibration on the journey, the love train. The dragonfly and the 2 hearts that beat as one, and the elephant with the flame in their trunk and red eye. Living and breathing, 2 as 1 hearts, Dr. Jekyll and Mrs. Hyde, dancing and taking a chance on being love. Looking back at the Hierophant, commitment, societal norms, with the wise privileged lady and judication of the union or home at 1219, which is the hanging man and the sun, which is all about Jesus, right? And then we have the peanut gallery here at 1219, the hanging man and the sun. So this is like everybody watching Jesus on the cross. The camel, starfish, the tarantula, the panther, and the bee. They're all watching this, right? So the independent star, the Y, Jesus hanging on the cross, triggered in the dark by the honeybee, waiting in the wings. The power man from Mars, the twin flame, or at why me in the road, the atlas burden and exposing the powers that be, or of the bee cracking the whip as justice or mother with puppy, or daddy's girl, the moon child, the sweet and innocent, the vulnerable treated badly, but who keeps on coming back for more, right? They keep loving them like a puppy would love their master even if they kick them or they're mean to them. The King of Swords and the King of Pentacles and the Page of Wands hermit, who's dead tired, after death, near death, or clinging to their story. The Page of Wands and the hermit, back to back, who get it, but not the King of Swords and the King of Pentacles, exposing a death or cold case file of the little girl, the moon child, or cancer, or daddy's little girl, the official person on the journey to guard her until adulthood, as the twin flame chooses a path with journey of despair or dark night of the soul, or a man out of work with a puppy on the journey of despair, that they no longer need them, or that they're there to love them even when they're mad or cranky, right? So and this could be a father with empty nest syndrome too, where their little girl, even when they were mean or impatient with them, they still love them no matter what. And this could be a pet as well. Now, if they have empty nests where they've left the nest, they no longer need them. There's two different energies coming up, right? The father who's now an empty nester, but also the father who's passed, who is here to guide the twin flame feminine to her destination, and then until she was ready to stand on her own. Or perhaps the man or father here to guard you comes back as your pet or child to comfort you now. So if you get a new pet or you're just birthing a new child, it may be someone who just left you coming back to be with you again, even when you're not nice, or coming back as the one who triggered you last time. So if you were the one who was really impatient, the one who was always loving to you, you're now going to come back in the other position where you're now always loving to the person who may be impatient with you. And then we have teachers of the Cobra, Tiger, Zebra, and the Lamb. The Kundalini of the Father, the Child, and Jesus, or Father, Mother, and their little lamb, child, or pet. The Cobra peeling back the layers of the labyrinth to get to 0 point, the juicy center. The Chariot, the vehicle of ascension. Like how to get in there is the poison sometimes. The bacteria that gets into the oyster or clam is the vehicle to get you into that crack that you wouldn't otherwise be able to get into. The divine feminine in the divine masculine, bridging them to the child, the man with thoughts of coming together with a woman or cancer in sudden event, epiphany, or sexual exchange, and the scent of a woman, and the flame that's in the trunk, so sense of smell of the flame in the elephant's trunk here. The Bengal tiger anchoring sunshine and exposure, energy through marriage of the empress or abundance, and the zebra with a mountain to climb to get to the Queen of Cups reversed, regarding bad health or caring for others with bad health, and expanding your knowledge about stress and depression in pursuit of happiness or hopiness, and being able to see past obstacles and the loss of hopey. And by the way, I just pulled a few cards when I was at the birthday party because there's two pregnant people there in the family. And I was getting October Little Lamb. So someone might be coming early, I don't know, but it was coming up as and that could be octopus as well. But October Little Lamb was coming up as little daddy's girl was coming up here too, and the number 18. So perhaps on the 18th or, and that being maybe a message for someone out there. So Little Lamb with diamond light and ring of trust, commitment to wake up, announce, call, or suit up for path lined with butterflies and transformation. The fish can't stop, and the whale is exhausted, and the oyster is clammed up, in disconnect, without a choice or feeling powerless. The Queen of Wands on the journey of the temper, or the lack of energy, lacking faith, and falling from grace. No present, or not present, or the Queen of Wands who stops moving now to become sovereign as two as one with the main male magician, where the whale gets back their energy, the humpback rolling over with a new door to detox with using energetic exchange or the sexual energy between the twins in the occupation to sew the fabric together at 1241, which is the hanging man and the love, self-love, spiritual love, and new love. And the oyster opens finally to reveal the pearl, the power lady sun gazing, and feeling the King of Cups steal her heart, to catch a thief, the Queen of Wands, who's stealing his right back. The gift of when it's time, it's ready. Done working, delivery, birth. The star and the Big Bang, the 16 of the Tower and sudden events and fireworks. The epiphany, the sexual exchange of the lovers. The getting wishes with the High Priestess and the 4-leaf clover. Deciding to bring plants in, or a terrarium, or indoor garden, or public meet, parks and rec. A wake-up call for community of the Knight of Cups. Being love, inspired to great fortune, or creating a public garden indoors, or public artwork or project beautifying our world. Or a sudden wake-up to the luck of the Irish, a tavern or good cheer, or a place like Cheers type of place that's geared towards natural health foods where everyone is welcome and perhaps welcome to contribute as well at 1250, which is the Hangman, and complete emotional fulfillment as well as family fulfillment. As a crow was yelling at me outside, and as soon as I wrote that down, they said, "I'm not yelling." And they started getting softer and softer. It was so cute. And my gnat's here to say hi. And the crow got softer and softer after I said he was yelling at me, because they're saying, "I'm not yelling." So here's that energy of the feminine taking the energy of the masculine as being yelled at, right? Telling them that they're wrong. When they're not feeling like they're yelling, they feel like they're being sweet, actually. And then the masculine gets softer and softer. It was very sweet energy there, as the gnat came to confirm that energy. My gnat shows up at our reading every day. It's so cute. It's not like I have gnats all over the house. I have one gnat who comes in and shares these reads. All right, so now we're going back to the union reads. And there's 2 of them today. Okay, so the first one is 4D, 5D, 6D. And the second one is the 3D, 4D, 5D. So here you might want to look at those pictures and identify with what row you're on. Are you on 3D, 4D, 5D, or 6D? And are you on the feminine or masculine side to help you deal with your energies? Okay, so this was at 3 p.m. On the 16th, yesterday. I'm sorry, it was done on the 15th for the 16th. So this was the Page of Swords in the underlying energy, the Page of Pentacles in the middle, and the 10 of Cups at the end. The message of light with curiosity, wanting emotional fulfillment, or 2 children and a happy family. The incoming divine feminine of the King of Cups, 6 of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles, with the message of the King of Cups and the 6 of Cups, loving children or soulmate, in exile or children or group, or message between the loving inner children, the King of Cups to hermit in exile and cold. The 4D here is the Page of Wands, 4 of Pentacles, and alchemy, the divine feminine inspired or not wanting to share their flame. The divine masculine alchemizing in the pit of their stomach, patience and balance and a higher love. Bridging in the divine masculine's heart in the crystal Batcave, but the divine feminine's not wanting to be sexual with the divine masculine's partner. There's energy about that coming up. The 5D is the Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles, and the Ace of Swords. The divine feminine new love with an outpouring of self-love. The divine masculine ready to play ball around the Lemurian truth in bird-like dolphin or porpoise perhaps, or purpose, and bridging in curiosity about their abilities, or the Page of Pentacles, who's a very good student. The 6th dimension here is the Indigo, 4 of Cups, and the King of Wands. The divine feminine proposal or child who has the divine masculine King of Wands shaman with sunshine over his left shoulder, the feminine side. Bridging, but that's the past, like, your relatives, your mother, or that kind of energy, or perhaps a relationship that's now in the past. Bridging in the 4 of Cups, separate islands that are one and the same underwater or under the emotions, to get wet and dive deep, to come into that oneness at 316, the Empress and the Tower, epiphany or sudden event or sexual exchange. The outgoing divine masculine here is the higher self, the Queen of Swords, and the 6 of Swords. With the higher self is the Queen of Swords using their sword to find peace and emotional fulfillment with the family. The divine feminine with the Page of Wands, excited to offer love to Indigo proposing, and the divine masculine alchemizing the truth of the shaman. The bridge of the divine masculine's heart, curious on how to ground and integrate and master love, perhaps dealing with children as well. One may be a good student, and one lost at sea in their emotions, or feeling stranded, with the third, the Page of Wands, on the Divine Feminine side, who's very inspired and commands the attention of others. The Divine Feminine coming up with Gemini or Virgo, and the Page of Swords, King of Cups, and Page of Wands, and 5D Big Love with a message on the feminine side. The Divine Masculine side is Sagittarius and Pisces, with the King of Wands, Queen of Swords, and the 5D Truth with emotional fulfillment or family. And between them, the Divine Masculine's Heart and the Page of Pentacles, which is also someone being very curious about their abilities or a really good student wanting to learn. The Poseidon Adventure, the Love of Children, and the Hermit in Exile. The higher Sophia coming up here, the Sage of Humans, Peace and Happiness. And overall for this read was the King of Cups, the 37, with the horizontal pillars 14, 2, and 21, Temperance, High Priestess, and the World. The Patient Angel of a Higher Love, or High Priestess, comes full circle with the King of Cups of Unconditional Love. And the vertical pillars came out to 0, Source, 6, Lovers, 5, Hierophant, the 1 of the Magician, the 8 of the Dance, or the Manifestation, the Strength, and then the 1 again, and then double zeros, and then 16 of the Tower. So in this direction, I was also getting 2 in a lap dance of the lovers committing in the storm or changing suddenly. Okay, so 2 in a lap dance. And the lap dance can even be like a dog licking you. You know, it's just, there's going to be lots of different meanings for that. Not necessarily a lap dance, but perhaps for some of you it is. The source of the King of Pentacles, Magician, or Lover's King of Swords, completing karma in a 0016. So instead of 007, and the other day came up 006 plus 1, which was 7, here it's coming up as 001 plus 6 equals 7. And the Big Bang Theory of the King of Cups and Unconditional Love. So it's really not about the Big Bang Theory, which is a theory, but the Big Bang of the relationship. That's where it's important. The alchemizing of secrets of the Divine Feminine around the world into the King of Cups and or Unconditional Love. Okay, so this next union read. Oh, by the way, I'd gone back some old notes I came across where the 8-8, right? I always tell you is the masculine and feminine dancing. Michael is coming up at 77 and Metatron 99. And so the 88 in the middle are coming up as the two with the 2 witnesses in the Bible. So Michael and Metatron are coming up as 77 and 99 to the witnesses of the 2 as 1 twins of the 88, and Gabriel is the mediator. And that was coming up as the Lionsgate Sirius connection. So the witnesses may be becoming present in your life as well. The second physical union for the 3D 4D 5D was done at 333, of course, 369. And the 3D 4D 5D, which is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And the DNA, which goes up to 12 as well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10, 11, 12, which is the Godhead energy. So we had the wheel and the underlying energy, the great wheel, Wheel of Fortune, Luna or the moon in the middle, and 7 of Cups at the end, which is for me the synchronicities, heaven in their eyes, but also those choices, which can end up being confusing. The destiny of Adam on Eve of 18 or 19 on the stairway to heaven, taking steps 72 by 2 to oneness in a lap dance of grounding and integrating and manifesting, which came up as initials GIM, which is gym, like going to the gym. But of course it can be taken, both ways as the name as well. So 72 by 2 to oneness in a lap dance of GIM, or gym, grounding and integrating and mastering, or gym love, of loving to work out or getting in shape, or destined at night to spiral out of this atmosphere, manifesting at the top, or top-down trickle theory. The incoming Divine Feminine of karma, the 10 of Pentacles and the 4 of Cups, the karma of the crown, a beautiful adornment of great riches, or child gift, or an opening to all that is, to heaven, the star of Bethlehem. Bethlehem is coming up as to inspire or house, or the world to inspire, or it's the world or creature or house of smoothing out edges, to take back thoughts and send love to them. And so any negative thoughts, take them back and send love instead. The incoming divine feminine of karma, the 10 of pentacles, and the 4 of cups of ditto. So that's coming up around ghost as well. Destined to repeat ditto to end the karma, allowing yourself to receive love. And then at 404 was the 3D. The 4 and the 4 is the 40 of the Page of Cups, or 2 4s of the Emperor, and the 3D of the Queen of Wands, the King of Swords and Guidance, which is the Hierophant, the Divine Feminine Queen of Wands on fire and or a multitasker, clearing the fires, the Divine Masculine Guidance of the Akash and Buddha, bridging with the King of Swords, the $6 million man, the bionic, 2 onyx, or 2 claws, 2 nails or hoofs, with electronic or mechanical parts, cyborg, superhuman, sensei, master of thoughts, words, blind men and orphans, navy and white, clean lines. And the 4, that's the 3D coming up. And then the 4D was coming up as the 9 of Wands, the Luna and the 9 of Cups. The Divine Feminine Wounded Warrior took down the top flame from the peak, the top spot, dividing it into the 4 plus 4 plus 1, or the 144,000. The Divine Masculine with the 9 of Cups with 6 rays of Mary Magdalene, that could be Michael and Metatron as well, upon the Asian master of Sensei, feeling her light, the sense of the chakra system, and marble and stone mausoleums, and or wine cellars and archives or ancient ruins, bridging by the moon, and the double O in the moon, whose false light creates romance of the Google eyes of the 2 O's. And then ruins and romance came up here. Ruins and romance. And both ru and ro, one of their definitions is the number 2 for both of them. So this was coming up as he ruins, right? He's the ancient ruins. He ruins as the father of, that's the number 2. And Ro is the woman, number 2. He ruins, the father, 2, persons or individuals, or rough red insert, crying, falling, singing, inserted. The feminine woman, the romance of romance, she romances the woman, the deer, the 2 of peaceful, edged and concerned, condition or state. And here also stirs up the star, the sense, the meaning, the queen, the rudder, the management being at the helm without color, faded and dull. And the masculine crying and falling and singing, inserted. Bridging under the moonlight, the 9 of Wands and the 9 of Cups to heal the Divine Feminine. And the Divine Feminine's in both of you. The 5D here is reflection with the 2 of Cups and the 7 of Wands. The Divine Feminine Hermit reflecting the Divine Masculine Wounded Warrior and the Divine Feminine Queen of Wands and the Wise Mediator. The Divine Masculine rising above drama to tango with flame in hand, 2 by 2 to tango, bridging in connection in the Garden of Eden and Gethsemane, or gets-e, mine. The outgoing Divine Masculine is the Knight of Cups, 3 of Wands, and Justice. In the green room with seal broken in a tidal wave of emotion, doing infinite laps, swimming laps, the lap dance. Present to flame with open heart, the gift of divine justice, of truth and balance, and the stairway to heaven, or spiraling up, 72 by 2, but first 27 by 7, new passion and the chariot, the Divine Feminine and the Masculine ascending together. The Divine Feminine with the Queen of Wands, clearing drama with the Wounded Warrior and the Hermit, the Divine Masculine guidance to get wishes and rise above the drama, bridging the King of Swords at night, full moon, October 20th coming up here at 10:57 is the Hunter's Moon. On the 4D bridge, clearing dark energies to calm the waters and connect to love. And there's some meditations. I know Sam the Illusionist was saying that we need to do a clearing medication on the 20th, because there's going to be another like cosmic blast from the comet that's sending dark energies our way. So I might want to think about doing another group meditation on the 20th to clear that. But it's also the full Hunter's Moon. Bridging the King of Swords at night on the full moon of 10:20, the Hunter's Moon, right? And that's the masculine, is the hunter. On the 4D bridge, clearing dark energies to calm the waters and connect in love instead. The divine feminine, Libra, Aquarius, and Virgo, with the Queen of Wands, Wounded Warrior. On the masculine side is Taurus and Libra, with the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Cups. Between them is Cancer, King of Swords, in connection. Perhaps the Cancer is pulling the King of Swords up to the 5D here, in between. Karma of 10 of cry and 4 of chalices, so high vibration of crying or purging, the 4 of the Emperor of control of emotions, and the message received, the adept of Christ or the children, the 3 of divine justice. And then sudden romance under the stars was coming up here as well in this message here. So the overall number for this read was 51 of the King of Swords. Metatron was coming up as Agent 99, so you remember that. And the verticals were coming up as 16, 18, and 17, which is the Tower, the Moon, and the Stars. And then the King of Swords. And then the vertical pillars were coming up as 0 or Source, the 10 of High Vibe, Destiny, the 4 of the Emperor, the 9 of the Hermit, the 2 of the High Priestess, 16 of the Tower, 0 again, and then 3 of the Empress and 7 of the Chariot. And the messages were sudden events, epiphanies, or sexual exchange at night with the Star, King of Swords, Scorpio, Cancer, Aquarius there, and also 10-4 of the message received of the Hermit, High Priestess, in a sudden event or energetic exchange where I'm losing my voice because someone's not speaking, with Source, King of Cups, unconditional love. So going through this energetic exchange to Source, unconditional love. The energy of destined Emperor, Hermit, High Priestess, and the Tower, which can be that sudden event or exchange or epiphany with Source love, right? That your sexual energy is a connection to Source. And again, that energy of the children, Christ, sudden romance under the stars with the King of Swords, with divine justice as the 7, which is the vehicle of ascension, the chariot, with the King of Swords, pulling them up. In message received here, as perhaps Metatron's acting as Agent 99, right? Spying on them. So funny. All right, now we have the Twin Flame read, which is in front of you. The Syrian Starseed deck was cut and dealt at 458. And that's the Emperor and the 4 of Swords, which can be a break, a rest, meditating, praying, but also can be the 5D connection between the twins. At 531, which is the Hierophant and the 5 of Wands, both 5 energies there, even though 31's a 4. What was coming up here is the Vo of Chalices, VO of Chalices, and then again Chalices, and that came up with that big machine that's called, one of the machines was called Alice's, the Hydro Collider, and that came up with that. So that's coming up again today, of Halices or H Alice's, which was part of the Collider equipment. And you can look up VO or whatever that applies to for you. VO of Chalices, which is heart and emotions. And also I'm getting now, it's the half of the V8, right? So V8, right? Get a V8 is really healthy for you. But this is half of that, right? It's the O instead of 2 O's of the Chalices of heart and emotions, which is coming up as the Hydro Collider, which has been causing havoc, right? When there's only one of 2, right? If it's broken down, if you only have one piece of the equipment, it doesn't work right. Or it's vulnerable to intrusion where then the dark energy gets in to use it, okay? So then I completed the read at 546 to 47, which is the 6 of Cups and the 7 of Cups, right? The children in the garden and the synchronicities, the dream, the heaven in their eyes, and the choices that they have. regarding change, freedom, and expansion in the Hierophant or societal norms or religion. With alchemy, Luna, alchemy is the temperance card, Luna is the moon, Tower, and then after the read was the higher self and transition, which is the death card. 2 pentacles, 3 swords, 2 cups, 1 wand, where we had 23 and 21 here, which is the King of Wands in the world or completion. That's also Pisces energy. And then the only court cards in the read were none. The 9 of Swords and the 9 of Wands came up. So the Wounded Warrior and the One Suffering in Silence, but no court cards. Before the read, we had 2 pages, the Page of Cups and Page of Swords, and that was it. We had triple 2s, triple 6s, triple 7s, and then double 9s in this read, right? That's kind of unprecedented type of energy, right? We rarely get 3s as it is. So the triple 2s of the one-to-one relationship, the 2 as 1, tipping over, the triple 6s, which is referenced from Cryon as the DNA, because 1, 2, 3 adds up to 6, 4, 5, 6 adds up to 6, 7, 8, 9, right? It adds up to 6, 15, 24, and then 33. That's the 4 6s. So the 3 6s are the first 3, because the 4th 6 is the Godhead, the Christ consciousness energy. The triple 7s here as well, of hitting the jackpot. And then the 99 of Agent 99 is Metatron. So the 9. And you know, Magenta Pixie channels the 9. So that's referencing Metatron for sure. So then we have 9, 10, begin again. We have 67 of the Knight of Swords, the loyal, humble servant. The 4 of the Emperor, or maintaining control of your own thoughts and emotions. And the 12 of the Hanging Man, or being wise and seeing new perspectives. We also have the 24 of the Queen of Wands, the 46 of the Children in the Garden, the 79 of the Pot of Gold at the end of the rainbow here. And of course, we had the 46 of the Children in the Garden. And what else? The 26 of the Page of Wands, which is that pure inspiration. And that's pretty much it for the numbers there. The code line was all about domestic harmony, which is not just your home, but your vehicle, your body. And the numbers came up to 614, but also 20 possibly. So it was 614 was coming up from 610 plus 4. And 614 is definitely a significant date for me. And then 20 is the judgment, right? The decision, the wake-up call, the announcement. And regarding domestic harmony here. So the messages came up as to see the Sophia energy, the divine feminine, that very high vibe, you know, Godhead of the feminine, the time out, to toggle up, to meditate in a sudden event or epiphany, sexual exchange, right? And if you go into really deep meditation, you probably feel sexual exchange with your twin. The flash of light or 7th pulse or 7th beat, right? To self. So when you're doing this energy, you're always doing it with your twin because you're connected. Your etheric bodies are the same. The 4 swords of that 5D connection of the twins, where the seal is now open for domestic harmony. And that's interesting too, because Kay Moon's release she just did, her video, was about the union energy of the astrological charts coming into that harmonious energy starting January for 2 years. That was January 23rd. And that the peak moment was January 23rd, 23. And 23 has always been a significant number for me. And I never related that to chromosomes or anything, so I never knew why it was significant to me. But that was coming up. And let's see. Okay. The second interpretation here was to see the path, or the saint path, to see the lovers in their high vibration, the 7th pulse, or the 7th beat, to self, to each other, the flash of lightning of the 5D connection, and there's the catapult energy coming up again, the seal of domestic harmony, to see the arrow, the arrows of love, even the poison arrow, right, which gets in where something else can't, right, in order to trigger something to grow the pearl. See the arrow through the heart without the 6th beat or 6th pulse in a sudden event to self of the 16 candles in a flash of light of the 7th beat or pulse is the 5D connect without sealing down. Harmony first. So it's saying without the 6th beat, the 7th beat is the 5D connect, but without sealing down harmony first. So you can't skip the 6th beat to get to the 7th. And the 7 is the chariot, right? The vehicle of ascension of the feminine within the masculine. In order to get to that, you have to deal first with the lovers, domestic harmony. You know, the arrows of love and the heartbeat, the connection of the heart. To see the arrow through the heart and losing your pulse in a sudden event, receiving the 7th pulse in a flash of lightning, and again, that's like resuscitation, in a rest, break, or 5D connection, to see and seal domestic harmony here. To see the Sophia stone, and I was getting the letter of the U that's got a little squiggle at the bottom. To see, I was just getting Rosetta Stone as well. To see Sophia stone, the firewood, the lover's tents with Holy Grail, not serviced in a while, one person foot, also people and leg coming up here, seeing the path, to see the 6 to 10, right, which is the end, and the 4 to 1, going back to 1, with flash of light in the womb, with the blind man between them as one. To see the path of the lovers to high vibration, and as well from the emperor to the magician, in a flash of light within the womb, the sexual connection, with the blind man between them as one. Like there's a trigger, there's a mediator here. To see the path of the sudden events, epiphanies, and sexual exchange. The 16 candles is the flash of light, the 7th pulse to self, in the 5D rest, break, or 5D connection of the twins. The lover's seal broken in domestic harmony at the same time. So it's saying, it's again like the nothingness and everythingness all at the same time. The lover's seal is broken and domestic harmony happens all at the same time. So like the 6 and the 7 happen as one. And again, that can be reference to years you've been apart as well, or time you haven't had sex with a partner. All types of energy can come up between those 6 and 7, but also 6, 7 is so important because that's a really sweet point, right? They're the most sweet point of the number cycle, right? Because 4 to 7 is the sweet spot of 1 to 9. I was airing to the light. And so 6 and 7 is that light energy. And it's also the 67 of the Knight of Pentacles, which is the loyal, humble servant. So we start this read with the 6 of Pentacles reversed. And beneath it, the 2 of Swords reversed, the Page of Cups upright, the Page of Swords, and the 2 of Wands, and the 7 of Pentacles also upright. And then the 6 of Pentacles reversed on top. So new information, clarity, as the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords, twin flames, reaping rewards of not sharing synchronicities and self-satisfaction or happiness alone, in a twist of fate or retrograde motion or downturn, inequity, debt, or imbalance of social distancing, overindulging, or just no joy, or third party who's free to leap and yet stays within themselves. With Libra reversed and Aries upright here, which is the axis we're on right now. We're in Libra, which is whose opposite is Aries. The imbalance of overindulging versus the freedom of synchronicities and going within. Released to grieving the twin flame union, offering love to overworked soulmates or kids. Sliding into home base, down the banister perhaps, with the Queen of Wands and Page of Wands both upright here, not sharing about their awakening, sharing their wand or flame with each other. The Page of Wands hiding the Queen of Wands from view or from seeing what he's doing, or married with children with no sexual relationship. She and her black cat or pet, and he and his stone and galactic boots and shaman outfit, and she breaking his balls, or breaking his actual wand. The 4 chalices of flowers for Algernon, or flowers on deck for when she comes. The release of the 3 swords in the tiny ship that was tossed, and the post-war awakening, and what the heck's been going on, as they missed the whole fight, and shocked at the aftermath, the engagement, and underneath that is codependencies, of the mirroring of the moon back at itself and fending off unwanted advances of fantasy synchronicities of the Knight of Swords upright cracking the whip, with the King of Pentacles reversed, who's no superhero here, at 644, the Lovers, and the 44 of the grounding and integrating and mastering of love. Again, the Jim initials were coming up here. And this can reference the false light too, right? The false partner or the moon. And now they're reflecting back their own energy. So there could be a third party coming in on the other side. So at 645, which is the Lovers and the 45 of the Five of Cups, checking out on top and then making them bend over, or making out at the spa and seeing it on television or online, or watching porn and the children caught them, or the King of Pentacles reversed fantasizing about cutting all their hair off, whether it's theirs or somebody else's, or this is the kids watching their mom be all sexy with their hairstylist or aerobics instructor, or the King of Pentacles reversed no longer trying to save her from herself, no longer trying to be the savior or the perpetrator, chasing women or girls or their kids. Parenting definitely comes up here with suffering and silence and stressed out. And then beneath that, leadership of 81, which is ending karma around the world. So the job of leading the way on ending karma around the world for the collective awakening. Ending conflict or in a losing battle with suffering and silence, stress or lack of sleep and purging or headaches or ha's, ha, I caught you. The 653 is the Lovers and the Catapult. The Knight of Swords, Messenger of Truth, or the Knight in Shining Armor, as letting go after sudden events, epiphanies, or sexual exchange with third party, praying dark birds go away, released from prison and then right back to Atlas or carrying the weight of the world, performing under pressure at home and union, loading more fireworks to go off, or building a house, or taking sukkah down, a good workout to release stress, or character muscle building, session, or work, or feeling like you can take on the world after having released with your twin. Home or union is unfair with the Page of Wands awake to the King of Pentacles reversed parenting, or ego clash between parent and child, or someone not pulling their weight. Pisces reversed, I think here, as Pisces or Capricorn reversed, Cancer upright, Scorpio reversed. And then satisfaction in getting your wish, a sex life and or a new chef's kitchen, offering a new life with sunshine exposed or spending time in the sun to recharge and feels great. With death ending dark night or transition through imbalance of the King of Swords reversed and the King of Wands upright at 702, which is the Chariot and the High Priestess, the Magicians reversed, insecurity and lack of tools, of depression or arrogance with unhappy family or ending to an emotional cycle that's way overdone at 705, which is then the Chariot and the Hierophant. The Wounded Warriors upright, the Empress reversed, in need of peace, or the Empress can be the Wounded Warrior, in need of peace and stand up for themselves in connection where they're left out in the cold, with the King of Pentacles reversed, holding on, being stingy or scroogey, with the Page of Pentacles reversed, in need of help, money, or opportunity, or missed an opportunity, or is a poor student at 710, with a 0 behind the 71, the Three of Pentacles, source backing up the co-creation process, or the Chariot, and a turn for the better in high vibration. This could be also a child struggling with schoolwork, with issues at work or school. In the recent past is the Nine of Swords reversed, suffering in silence or dealing with your sister and trying to end the nightmare, needing to swallow your pride or theirs, holding back an announcement of poor judgment, or spoke too soon, choked on words, or now must defend to the Emperor with the Queen of Pentacles reversed, and unhappy family, or just unfulfilled emotionally at present, and coming clean or cleaning up the act or space, for the Knight of Swords coming in quick to wake them, or coming over before bedtime, and the Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Knight of Pentacles reversed are coming over or traveling or moving to start over due to unfair relationship at home. So either someone's moving or someone's coming over late, which they normally wouldn't want them to come over that late because they get ready for bed, but someone's coming over. The Knight of Cups offering love to Sovereign, while the Knight of Wands is rushing in to sweep them off their feet, while the Hermit sheds light or captures it all on film at 7:16, which is the Chariot and the Tower, epiphany, a sudden event, or sexual exchange. So the foundation here is the Ten of Cups reversed, perhaps an unhappy family, or ending an emotional cycle, dumping it all out, choosing a new path, or the Twin Flames, secret passion, holding on to what's left, with the Empress reversed in lack or not well, or what's left from their inheritance. The central energy is alchemy reversed, losing patience with fallen angel or offering time, money, and effort, and or a new life to the King of Cups reversed, perhaps with conditions, or with dysfunctional twin flame family and or dysfunctional spending. The King of Cups offered love or offering it to the sovereign from a detached place, as the Knight of Wands twin flame from a place of receiving light and assistance in connection at 7:21, the Chariot and the World. The fallen angel who's weak or in bad health, needing strength and courage, but challenged by the Four of Swords reversed and not sleeping, or awake and trying to rise above. The Page of Cups upright, very sweet and vulnerable and loving, with justice and reaping rewards, with the King of Wands upright and the King of Swords reversed, perhaps a poor student, or with a child who is. Libra reversed and Sagittarius here, both upright and reversed, frustrated, not aroused, not humored, or unable to conceive, or abused, or feeling pushed to overwork to tell the truth, or pushed to fail and not work out, presenting the whole truth to the King of Wands and the King of Swords reversed, or presenting the whole truth to each other, those two kings. Feeling a failure under the radar, or a bad reputation, the King of Wands of affectionate nature, but insecure without tools to end conflict or competition, or just fighting in general, or no big love at work, or if there is, there's a third party that satisfies them, fallen angel losing patience, and the Page of Swords spreading the word of the King of Cups reversed and their secret passion, and the Knight of Cups offering love to sovereign, or child following in the father's footsteps, and the Knight of Wands is bringing in the Hermit for counsel or to take a look. 3 knights and a catch, all fighting over her. Now that the King of Cups received a big offer and rejected it, and lost all their money or inheritance with family dysfunction, now the twin flame coming in, or the King of Cups reversed, is the twin flame and is imagining all these knights competing for her, and he without a chance. Now is the Ace of Pentacles upright, the diamond in the rough, the King of Pentacles reversed, needing strength for the full moon coming up, and or Leo reversed, and kids, pets, and Cancer upright. Lovers triumph with strength and union over the wounded warrior or victim mentality, breaking patterns to start over, awake no longer to be silenced and blocked without peace, and no more being forced to drink the water, now that the worst is over, with secret passion and bliss and reaping rewards of sleazy sex in the chair. Judgment reversed, needing to swallow their pride, to end flirtation, and feeling the need to compete all the time, to show off in a losing battle, with unhappy family or lack of emotional fulfillment, free to leap into the Two of Cups connection, with clarity about temptation waving, with justice or divorce, or Capricorn Libra, with issues at work. Soon here's the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior Hierophant, dumping a load, a burden, or all their responsibilities with the Queen of Wands, suddenly with the Queen of Swords reversed, who's uncomfortable, with a bold move, at present, or a gift, post-war or post-virus and awakening, blowing their crown wide open at 7:46, which is the Chariot and the soulmates or innocent children. Or one is freaking out because they don't like their gift or car, perhaps it's not the right one, or they can't accept the gift. So this could be a spoiled child saying, it's not the car I wanted, or it's the energy of someone who doesn't feel like they can accept such an extravagant gift. With Taurus and Scorpio and Cancer all upright, and Pisces or Capricorn reversed here, perhaps the King of Wands is upright and the Page of Cups is upright, reaping rewards of marriage, contract, or divorce, but the King of Swords reversed and the Page of Pentacles are not, or Taurus is lost, dumping on the Queen of Wands, while the Queen of Swords reversed is freaking out or uncomfortable driving with crazy kids, pets, or Leo, or who are whining post-virus or wired post-virus or battle with the wounded warrior and PTSDing. The twin flames seeing themselves as the moon, being romantic at 7:52 with the Chariot and the Queen of Swords, the Page of Cups loving and rising above, the Magician reversed, perhaps insecure, but being loving too, as the Page of Swords upright and the Page of Wands upright may be depressed or being arrogant, but rising above or will get over it. And that could be saying, the kids will get over it. Cancer upright and Gemini or Virgo reversed and Aquarius reversed here. It is safe to love, soulmates, unrequited love, and express your love here. Make that romantic gesture. Or Gemini or Virgo being manipulative and Aquarius reversed, depressed or arrogant, but the kids are all good, especially Cancer receiving message and inspired. Around the twins are how they're seen is the Seven of Swords reversed. A no-risk offer of love from the Divine Feminine, Pisces, or the world. Purging into her cup and holding back announcements, coming full circle, or Pisces sad offering love but hasn't heard back, or no reciprocation. Or perhaps Pisces reached out to Cancer, but Cancer's busy with kids or going to a kids' party, and the block here being the Tower of lightning striking and worried about a big storm, and kids driving in the rain or snow, and or fallen angel, or impatient and could get hurt. Leo and Sag are both reversed here. If Scorpio explodes, they could be worried about the kids, who might get scared or explode or start fighting or talking too much while they're driving, or if Scorpio specifically explodes while they're driving, perhaps with a Cancer or at one, or stopping by on the way to a party, or perhaps worried that Cancer and Scorpio will kick Leo and Sag out, both reversed, if they don't behave. And then domestic harmony comes up, but even more so music, with the twin flames in the 5D world, the Divine Feminine in the 5D world, of the Divine Masculine remote viewing, or someone's remote viewing the Divine Masculine while they're at work on women, dreaming of offering an olive branch, or blueberry branch perhaps, from twisted pillar to twisted pillar, the Two of Cups freed by their union, feeling bad about a death, an ending, or transition through the dark night of the soul. The King of Cups reversed, or Scorpio upright here, with the Pisces upright or reversed and the Knight of Cups upright. So there's a lot of water signs right there with the King of Cups and the Knight of Cups, both offering something to the sovereign who's a catch. Someone freeing themselves from an unhappy family, with Capricorn and Libra both upright here too, all in the family. An energetic exchange between the two cups, and the secret passion under the radar, or feeling of failure with no attention and no peace, transitioning through the portal on their way on the stairway to heaven, with water signs all over this at 8:18, which is the dance, manifestation, and dreams, and the 18 of the moon and romance. So there's clarity at 8:19 of the sun, clarity of the Page of Cups and the Page of Swords about the twin flames and the Divine Feminine's heart in the E-Tower, and the imbalance of not sharing with the Ten of Cups reversed at night, holding back an announcement or flight risk, suffering in silence or sister, or losing patience, challenged by no sleep or rising above or awake and coming out, the wounded warrior with battle wounds, an explosive or with epiphanies or sexual exchange as an offer of a new life to the Two of Cups, secret passion under the radar, without peace, transitioning through the portal on the stairway to heaven. Or Pisces reversed and Scorpio upright, taking steps to spiral up two by two, or moving upstairs, or getting a spiral staircase, or without peace for a while and transitioning with options of heaven in their eyes, unafraid. Or Pisces is sad talking to Scorpio, and Scorpio is telling them to come up and visit, and the Divine Feminine's heart reaping rewards, but not sharing, suffering in silence, or sister, of union or home, with the Ten of Cups reversed, fallen angel, or losing patience, and challenged by rising above, or no sleep, or offering time, money, and effort for a new life at night, Cancer, or at the full moon, to the wounded warrior to stop passing messages, and instead suddenly come into union, in secret, in need of a peaceful place to stay and transition, with synchronicities and choices to make, but it's all good, at 8:30, which is manifestation of union. So then I was watching a Cryon episode where he breaks down at the choir in Arkansas the meaning of the word crystal and the acronym. It was called, I think, Something Mysterious Can Happen Next Year under Cryon with Lee Carroll. And so he broke down crystal into C is for the crystal choir, singing with intent. So you don't have to be singing at all. It's your heart's song. The R of remembrance, of remembering who you are. The Y of the Yahweh, I am that I am. And the life, the creator of all things. The S of singing, which doesn't have to make a sound. The T for Todd, who's the scientist there, who was Ya'i. And the A is for, the A was for activation, and the L for the link. So under Dr. Todd, they talked about the 7 sisters and the 9 stars and pineal toning, because that was his thing. And the Pleiadian mother with the human father, and the 23 pairs of DNA, where the 24th is multidimensional, right? It's the Pleiadian DNA and the divine feminine here. And again, so you can watch that video if you'd like to, but that was the breakdown there. But again, Yahweh was coming up again. And so the acronym of Yahweh, I ended up doing a drawing of that because the whales was coming up in regards to this as well, which was very significant for me. He talks about the whales that they mate at Patagonia. That's where they actually have their kids. It's like a library of consciousness there. It's the activated crystal grid for the whales. Anyway, you can watch his video if you want all the details about that stuff. It's really very interesting. So, and I'll probably post that, the Yahweh drawing on my post today. So you'll see that on this video. But the whale was coming up. So the letter W is 23 of the 23 chromosomes, plus the 1 of the 24th, the multidimensional chromosome. But the word whale literally comes up as the W of 2 cups and a hailstorm, or DNA strand of the H plus ale, or Hal and E, or Ya-E, which is Dr. Todd, or Ha and Lee, or Hey and Lee, which can be Hay House and Cryon. So that was very interesting the way the W was coming up. And the X, of course, comes up as the feminine chromosome of that 24th multidimensional chromosome as we're awakening the feminine. So this, that's everything, but let's go ahead and just pull a quick card. Let's just do the energy deck. I may give you a Metatron too, but let's see here. We're already, can't speak today still. We're already at 1:32, so the Magician's Journey, it's 2:55 on the clock, which is the High Priestess and the Truth of Excalibur and being in their knowing. And what is our takeaway here? We have to roll the die still here too. Oh, look at that, action, as the 2 polarities come together. Dreams come true. I'm not pulling out another one. Well, maybe I am. Look at that. Woman holding a heart, grounding and integrating and mastering of love, the GIM of the 4 of Cups. And look what's after her. You can't make this stuff up, okay? So they came up together the other day too. So they came up, and then comes up the 18 with the anxiety. Oh, look, see? Then comes up the energies of their little children, right? Watch out for the inner little girl, right? Daddy's little girl, the girl of the moon, and here's the little boy, the 26, inspired, but can go to hostilities, right? The 2 sides of the coin, right? So the inspiration can also be anger, and the 18 of romance can also be anxiety. But this is the coming up of the union of the masculine and feminine, all right? You see it right in front of you, okay? And the 45 is the grieving, right? Letting go of the loss and regret, the guilt and the shame. And she's doing the grounding, integrating, and mastering as they merge the polarities together for dreams to come true and heal their inner children together. The bottom of the deck is the temple path. Look at that. The Hangman, 12, which also Cryon talks about the 12, right? Being everything's in the cycle of 12. How beautiful is that? That's December was just coming up there. Everything comes in the cycle of 12, and probably 12/21 is all wrapped around that, and Christmas time. So, yeah, let me give you a Metatron deck card too. But boy, those cards were pretty perfect, you guys. I couldn't have made that one up. All right. From Metatron deck, since Agent 99 was coming up here. Oh, that came right up too. Okay, so duality. There's the horses coming together and balance needed. The 23 of the 23 chromosomes, the King of Wands, right? In duality coming together as one. With the 24, which is the Queen of Wands. And I've been getting this card a lot lately. It's just stretching, letting all that trapped energy get out of your body. Make sure to do a lot of stretching. There's the orange and the new black that came up during the read, and there's the 24. Check it out. The King and the Queen of Wands, right? He's bringing the balance in the duality, and she's bringing she needs to work out more and release the stuck energies for connection and attunement. Just do lots of stretching. I guess I'll pull you a yoga card too, since that came up. And then with the King and Queen of Wands, we also have the Dragon's strength, the fire of the 19 and the sun, right? And there's my safety pin example comes up as the feminine's reaching to get the sun. So go out in the sun to collect some sun, because you bring that in for both of you. It goes into the bottom of the pin around the circles as the feminine and the masculine. The masculine's the back of the pin with the housing up here, but the point of the pin drops out as the feminine to collect the sun, and then creates a vacuum when it's filled up. And then as the masculine uses up his portion, then it falls out again for the feminine to refill and get some more sun. And then we have the Metatron rainbow bridge. So there's Metatron coming up again. So the sun, and then here's the rainbow bridge. The 27 of the third energy, the third flame, and that new passion here to ignite across the rainbow bridge. It's always open. And then there's the chakra system. So again, focusing on your light body to clear the way. Yeah, this is really beautiful messages, you guys. You have blessings and thanks after that. Thanksgiving's coming up, abundant universe, blessings and thanks, and 47 of the synchronicities in heaven in their eyes. And lots of options, lots of choices of abundance. Really beautiful. Wow. And this is very much in another deck, the same energy I got this morning. Of review and reflection, time out needed. Okay, so the bottom of the deck here is the wake-up call to listen and take note. It's like the clarion call to come home. It's like mom at dinner, calling you to come home for dinner. Wow, I have to roll the die because I never did that for you. So the twin flames today. We have the 10 of a turn for the better, the wheel of fortune, high vibration. This is the south node. Get rid of that Sagittarius energy. So you can look up Sagittarius to see what that might be for you. Whether it's expanding knowledge, there could be addiction energies there. Just higher education, anything about expansion with Sagittarius. But there's sexual energy around Sagittarius too. I'm getting that. And then Capricorn here. So we have December again, because we have Sagittarius and Capricorn coming up here. So releasing Sag. So releasing Sag into Capricorn is around the 21st of December. So it's coming up again where there's a turn for the better right here with the 10. There you go. And plus that window that Kate Moon was talking about comes up January 23rd. So a lot of pushing forward energy. So we have Thanksgiving they brought up today. Not to mention October, Little Lamb. Thanksgiving to give thanks and blessings. And then Christmas is definitely coming up too. So this is going to be a very unprecedented holiday season, I believe. And so, yeah, make sure you drink your water, get your rest, get your joy, get your nature. Be good to yourselves. Breathe. Come on, breathe. And again, relax. And do what you need. Rise and be loved, guys. Follow your own guidance. I'll see you soon. Have an amazing day. Bye.